What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Tackle Tuesday. Today we're going to be talking about how to properly spool on your braided line to your bait casting reel. It only takes a few minutes and it's actually really super easy to do. The way I do it is a little bit primitive, however, but it gets the job done. I've never ever had an issue with it. So without further ado, let me show you the stuff that you need in order to make this happen. Alright, let me show you exactly what you need. There's a few items. So first of all, you need your bait casting reel and your rod right here, just like so. The next two items you need is going to be electrical tape and a pair of good scissors. Now you're going to need your braided line and a small little towel. And last but not least, you're going to need a trash can. First things first, you want to go ahead and you want to take off the side plate of your bait casting reel and you want to take your spool out. Now some reels, the way you take it off is going to be a little bit different. If you don't know how, I actually recommend you refer to your manual. But this is the Daiwa Coastal, so it's pretty easy. All you do is unscrew this part and it pops right out. And there you go, there you have your spool right there. We're going to put all this right here to the side. Alright, you have your spool right there. Next you're going to get your electrical tape like so. You want to tear off just a small piece. You don't need a big piece at all. The electrical tape is going to be used as backing. A lot of people like to actually use mono, but for me, I've been doing electrical tape for many years and it has never failed on me, and it's always kept the braided line securely firm on the spool with no slippage. So right there, just maybe about an inch, and then I'm going to cut it right down the middle to 2 equal parts, just like so. Next, I'm going to put one piece onto the spool like that, and then I'm going to get the other half and put it on top of it, just like so, just like that. Now you have electrical tape pretty much wrapped around your spool. A lot of people are going to ask me, why don't you just wrap it around without even cutting it in half? Well, if you look, the electrical tape was actually a little bit too thick width-wise, so it's not going to fit there properly. That's why I have to cut it in half. Alright, now that we have the electrical tape on the spool like you see right here, the next step is to get your Varivas line or your braided line. This is the high grade PE, which I highly recommend. I'm gonna spool this one onto my Baitcasting, the Coastal, multicolor, very nice looking braid, made in Japan. This right here is the 1.5 gauge. I believe it is 31 to 32 pounds of test. Very strong and very thin. All right, what you're going to do now is you're going to get the end of your braided line like so. Take out some line just like so. And then you're going to thread this braided line into each eyelet of your rod all the way down to the end of your spool. Alright, I got my braid through my guides. Now the last, I'm going to put it through the guide of the bait casting reel like so. Just like that. Then I am going to bring it out of this side here where the side plate was. And I'm going to retrieve my spool. Alright, I have my spool here and my line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the line goes under just like that. Then put it over the spool just like so, because this part goes back into the reel. So I have it just like so, and then what we're going to do is we're going to tie an arbor knot and then an overhand knot. So really simple knot to do. This is a knot I always use when I tie my spools on, just like that, under, just like that. There's my arbor knot. Make sure it's tight, just like so. Then I'm going to tie an overhand knot right here on my tag end, make that tight. Then I'm going to pull this, and then I'm going to pull this tight, and that overhand tight will get stuck in that arbor knot just like so, like a slip knot, and it's not going to move, just like so. Look at that, really tight. Next you're going to grab your scissors. You're going to cut the tag end here off. Be careful you don't cut off the main line. So tag end just like so, like that. Alright, so now we're going to put the spool back into the reel. I'm going to tighten up my line, or pull out my line so it's tighter, and just drop it in just like that. And I'm going to put my cover back on. Alright, remember the trash can? Now, this is where the trash can comes in. Grab your spool, your line right here, just drop it in there. All right, now you have your rod and reel. You're gonna grab your towel that you had right here, grab the line, probably about maybe 6 to 8 inches away from the reel. Hold it like so, make sure it's tight, and you start reeling it in, just like so. Just hold it tight, and there you go. As you can hear, the braid spool is inside the trash can. It's not moving nowhere. It's giving it that stability, and you're able to reel your line onto your spool nice and tight, all the way, as much as line as you need to reel with the spool onto your bait cast. And that's pretty much it. Don't you guys think I did a really good job spooling on this braided line to my Daiwa Coastal? The line is really tight, it's well organized, very even throughout the whole spool itself. Like I said, I've been doing this for many years. This method is very primitive. Now you can go out and buy a tool or contraption to help you spool your line onto your reel, but I rather save that 50 to 100 bucks, however much it costs at the store. And like I said, I've been doing this for many years. This way it only takes a few minutes of my time, and it's worked perfectly fine. Make sure you hit that like button if you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell for me. It helps the channel out. Stay tuned. There's gonna be more Tackle Tuesday videos in the future. Thanks again so much. I love every single one of you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.